The soil is moving away from pasture now and the weeds are less obtrusive. The garden is planted mostly for natives, but few are as colourful as kowhai. And this renga will eventually cover a bank. In the meantime, I have no problem with a few non-natives providing nectar and a little extra colour. Tui love this Australian kangaroo paw given to us by a neighbour. Many of the trees that grow along the top of the gully are now in full flower, and that's attracted a lot of insects, and in turn the birds have come back to feed upon them. They've up until now been feeding elsewhere, but they're now busy working over these flowers. Both kamihi and towhai trees are here, and every few years the flowering is exceptional. A single hinau tree is amongst them, but I didn't recognise it until it flowered. The rewa are pushing above the other trees now behind the house, and in the heat of the afternoon, fantails are picking off insects rising above them. Lower down, grey warbler chicks wait to be fed. The grey warbler is a small, unobtrusive bird that, in my opinion, warbles a little out of key, but it appears to be more common and widespread than many other native birds. Now, the first thing that we did when we built a house at the top of the gully was to stop any grazing in the bush. And it's extraordinary how quickly some of these trees have come back. There are all sorts of seedlings here. That's rewa and tatoki. I don't pretend to recognise all of the plants that are growing here, but I know a few. And I know that tatoki wasn't here when we came. And that was brought in by pigeons, which have been feeding in this canopy up here on seeds. And they've dropped other seeds, along with a little bit of manure, onto this ground here. And we have this beautiful flush of what will be trees. It's extraordinary what they've managed to do, and I'm quite excited about that. Back in the spring, I had noticed 3 pigeon had been flying out of our bush on a daily basis early in the afternoon. And it wasn't long before I had a call from my neighbour to say that the pigeon were feeding in her kowhai tree, alternately on fresh leaves and flower buds. They would stay for around 3 hours before making their way back, after no doubt robbing Tui of spring flowers and nectar.